This episode of WDW Today is being sponsored by touringplans.com. And picture this, if you will. You've got your perfect trip planned. You've got it. You've been planning this for a couple months now. You're going to Walt Disney World. You're going to do all these things you've heard about on WDW Today and read about on different blogs and everything. You're so excited. And what's the worst thing that could possibly happen to you? Well, other than Scopa being down there at the same time, which of course means hurricane. But otherwise, the next worst thing that could possibly happen to you is long lines in the parks. Who wants that? Kids start crying, you get aggravated. It's a no-win situation, but there is a solution. Touringplans.com. Touringplans.com is your online resource to figure out the best strategies to avoid lines. We're not just talking about like instead of a 15-minute wait, you have a 40-minute wait. No. This is going to be, your wait times are cut down immensely. In fact, you barely wait at all. So why not go check them out online right now at www.touringplans.com.
Bringing the world to your world, this is Walt Disney World Today. Here are Mike Scopa, Len Testa, Mike Newell, and your host, Matt Hochberg.
It's Monday, December 13th, 2010, and this is episode 811 of WDW Today. I'm Matt Hochberg of StudioCentral.com. Joining me on today's show is Len Testa, co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. And I have one question for you. Charleston Chews, frozen or au naturel?
Charleston Chews frozen are a dental disaster waiting to happen. In fact, I know people that have broken teeth on them, honest to God.
And yet an American delicacy at the same time.
And there's nothing like a vanilla Charleston Chew, slightly warm, ever so slightly.
Good.
Yeah, you know they have they have like the little box of the miniature Charleston Chews, right? Have you seen those?
My preferred snack of choice for a movie.
Oh, my preferred lunch, actually, but it's not funny.
Well played, sir. Also joining us on today's show is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. And Mike, speaking of candy,
yes.
Last year I remember on Twitter and on Facebook you were all about those half-pound Reese's peanut butter cups. Have they resurfaced this year?
I'm sure they have. I'm sticking clear of those.
Can't imagine why you would want it not to.
There's something to be said about too much, and that was just too much.
I think too much. We just lost Mindy as a listener, so thanks. Well, on today's show, we're going to be looking at the busy time of the year, which, of course, is Christmas and New Year's, which is coming up very soon here in everywhere, but also in Walt Disney World as it applies. And Len has done some research, as he often does, and looking at the restaurants, because, when you're going out on Walt Disney World, regardless of how busy it is, you're still going to want to be able to eat at some of your favorite restaurants. So, Len, you've kind of compiled a list of what's available still, because a lot of things, as you might imagine, are already booked up. So you're going to let us know what's available, and we'll kind of riff on that and kind of go over some of the options that are available and what are the best options that are left if you are looking to go to Walt Disney World in the next couple weeks.
That's right. So the thing we looked at was starting with Christmas Day, which is a little bit less than 2 weeks from today on Monday. What restaurants are available on the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st for lunch and dinner? So lunch being around noon, dinner being around 7 p.m. And the Disney reservation system gives you stuff 2 hours either way for 4 people. And this is anywhere on property. The interesting thing is, we'll get to the interesting stuff. But anyway, let's start with Christmas Day.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, let's start with the boring stuff. Okay,
let's start with the boring stuff, as we normally do. Let's start with the boring stuff.
All right, Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. There's actually a couple of things.
Wait, what day is that again?
It's Saturday.
December.
So it's 25th this year.
5th. Okay.
Yeah, it's the 25th this year.
It always changes on me. I never keep track. Go ahead.
Yeah, last year was the 25th, and next year's the 25th, but I'm not sure if that pattern's going to continue.
Have Fred work on that.
I will. So here's the interesting thing. There's you can still get lunch reservations on Christmas Day and dinner reservations at 50's Primetime Cafe in the studios.
Yeah, it's interesting. I spent Christmas in Hollywood Studios last year, and I was really shocked by how low the crowds were for Christmas Day. And I think it's just a lot of people are. It seemed to me that a lot of people were, obviously celebrating Christmas still at home or in their hotel somewhere other than the studios. And I think the Magic Kingdom might have been a little busy as well, because the people showing up there asking, when's the Christmas parade going to be filming?
Nice. You mean the one that we showed at 8 a.m. this morning?
No, the one that they shot a couple weeks before.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But it doesn't surprise me that that's the case. 50's Primetime is a great choice.
Yeah, so also Hollywood and Vine is still available for dinner.
Also another good choice. I really like those both those restaurants.
The let's see what else. Beer Garden is still available for lunch. And let me see what else is available in the parks. The funny thing is the Disney reservation system will tell you that Cinderella's Royal Table may be available.
Maybe
it's not maybe, and it says
maybe?
start. Yeah, maybe. Click here to maybe. And again, like I said, and Elle McPherson may start returning my phone calls, but it's not going to happen. Right.
I think at this point in her career, you might have a chance, Len.
I don't know. She still looks good. Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano is still available.
Man, I love that. I think I should make an ADR for Mama Melrose on Christmas Day. I think my wife would like that.
The Brown Derby still available for lunch. Nine Dragons still available for dinner.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Len, Newell and I went to Nine Dragons during reunion,
Yeah.
and let me tell you, I mean, it was okay. It was tasty, right, Mike?
the food was good. The
Yeah.
food is always, I thought, decent
Tell
at
Len-
best.
Tell Len how much you paid.
It was like $32 for like a pepper steak dish. I don't think I paid $32 for a family of 8 at my local Chinese restaurant.
It's like P.F. Chang's 40% more expensive, man. I'm telling you.
It is.
It's crazy.
There's so within the parks, there's a couple other places available. Restaurant Marrakesh is still open if you want to have a Moroccan themed Christmas. The San Angel Inn in Mexico is available for dinner as well. What else do we have available?
I would say out of those options for Epcot, I would go to Beer
Tokyo
Garden.
Dining. Yeah, Beer Garden. Tokyo Dining still available. Actually, Restaurant Marrakesh. Those three, right? Tokyo Dining, Restaurant Marrakesh, and the San Angel Inn, and occasionally the Rose and Crown. Those are almost always available every day, except for New Year's Eve. Those are the big ones there. Now, offsite, almost everything, every second tier restaurant is available. Yachtsman Steakhouse. Oh, Tusker House, by the way, is available for lunch. That's the end of the in-park restaurants. But like outside the park, Yachtsman's available. Trails End is available for lunch. Turf Club, Sanaa is available. Pretty much anything you wanted in a second-tier restaurant. Raglan Road is available. Portobello Grill, Paradiso 37. I don't know if I would necessarily eat there, but Maya Grill, again, not necessarily sure to either. Cucina by Cat Cora, still available for dinner. That's actually not bad. Chico, still available for dinner on Christmas Day.
Oh, that's a good option. I mean, the thing with going out of the parks, obviously, you run the risk of being closed out of the parks if they do get close to capacity. I think on a Christmas Day, though, the Magic Kingdom's the only park you're really going to have to be worried about. In fact, the whole week, that's really the only park you'd have to be worried about as park closures go.
Yeah, I think so too. So that's the 25th, and then so that's a Saturday, right? That's when most people start or either staying home or it's a travel day for them. The next day, the 26th, it starts to get a little bit less.
Best day of the year.
Let's say the 26th.
It's my birthday.
You have a little bit less availability. In fact, and it gets lower towards the end of the week.
Yeah,
people start to arrive. Again, it's the big ones are available. 50s Prime Time is available. Beer Garden still available. Lunch and dinner. I'm scrolling through here.
Yeah, I was going to say that while Christmas Day isn't so bad, once you get past Christmas Day, people start flooding into the parks, and then that week really earns its reputation as being a really busy time of the year.
It starts getting ugly. Yeah, Hollywood Brown Derby still open for lunch on the 26th. Chefs de France available. Brown Derby available for dinner. Mama Melrose's is available for lunch. Hollywood and Vine. Looks like the studios pretty much you could still eat anywhere on the studios on Christmas Day and then on the 26th as well. The Hacienda is open for dinner on the 26th. The Plaza is still available for lunch. Mama Melrose is still available for dinner. So Nine Dragons, again, the usual ones, right? Morocco.
Right.
Those places are all available still as well. Sci-Fi Dine-In is available for dinner as well.
Oh, super.
Super fab. That does it for about the 26th. So it's the usual ones with a couple of interesting ones. The 27th, again, 50s primetime available for lunch and dinner. Beer Garden, lunch and dinner still available. I'm actually kind of surprised that both of those are available. There's still a couple of spots available on the 27th for Bistro de Paris.
Is that the one upstairs?
That's Chef's, isn't it? No, Bistro. Sorry, no, Bistro is.
Yeah, I've never been to the one upstairs. I've only been to the one downstairs.
It's very expensive, but it's not bad at all.
Good to know.
That's still available. There's Hollywood and Vine available for lunch. Offsite, you can get Citricos is still available. Brown Derby is still available for lunch. Flying Fish is still available for dinner. So
Wow.
if you're at Epcot, I mean that's a short walk, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm actually surprised by the amount of top tier restaurants. I mean, obviously, if you're going to tell me Captain's Grill's available, Turf Club's available, Beer Garden's available, wow, big surprise. Yeah. But you're naming some pretty good restaurants that are still available for this time of the year. So I think it's pretty good.
That's the question. That's the question I have.
The times that we're looking at are between noon, 2 hours of noon either way, and then 2 hours of 7 p.m. either way. Chefs de France is still available for lunch on the 27th. Liberty Tree Tavern, Mama Melrose's. For dinner, you've got Hollywood and Vine and Brown Derby still available.
What were you going to say, Noel?
No, I'm wondering if there's a trend where that the more pricier restaurants are not being booked up as fast.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I know one thing that I've noticed over the years was that the Brown Derby is always a great option for last minute reservations because I think what you just said, Newell, because of the price.
Right, I'm wondering if that has something to do with this, especially such a high capacity week as the holiday week.
Oh, that's right. So maybe that's why Liberty Tree Tavern is available for lunch and dinner on the 27th because of the seasonal pricing they've got for buffets. It is kind of expensive. You've also got, again, Chefs de France available for dinner on the 27th. You've got, again, lots of offsite stuff, but you've got Restaurant Marrakesh, the usual. Chefs de France available for dinner as well. Nine Dragons. Let's see if there's anything else here. Tony's Town Square is still available for lunch on the 27th.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. Oh, here's the surprising thing I knew I wanted to tell you. Via Napoli and Tutto Italia both open for lunch on the 27th right now. I don't think that's going to stick around for long, especially after our listeners hear this.
Yeah, I would say so.
And on the 28th again, it starts to get it's 28th, 29th, 30th, and then the 31st really crowded. Let me go over some ones that are moderately interesting. The 50s Primetime Cafe you can pretty much get every day. It's still available.
Good.
Beer Garden available most days. Artist Point available most days. Bongos.
Bongos.
At Downtown Disney, still available most days. Boma, surprisingly open for dinner right now on the 26th, 27th, 28th. It's not available on it's available on the 29th as well. It's not available on the 30th and 31st. But that's pretty good. Coral Reef is available for lunch on the 27th.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not bad actually. What else do we got?
It's actually surprising how many choices are available, and I think Newell's onto something. I think the price definitely has to do with that. I mean, that's going to factor in to an extent. I'm wondering if it's interesting that so many are available so close to the start of Christmas. I'm wondering. I mean, I don't want to necessarily go out and say, well, there's going to be less people this year, but it's just an interesting trend that we're seeing. I'm not sure maybe they added extra tables or added more availability to the ADR system. Not sure.
Well, the interesting thing is once you get to the 28th, you start to see fewer and fewer dinner reservations available in the park. So, for example, on the 20th and 29th, the Brown Derby is available for lunch, but not available for dinner. And I don't see anything in the parks available for dinner on the 28th or 29th. Oh, Hollywood and Vine is available. Sorry, on the 28th still. Brown Derby still available. That's going to be... The Hacienda is available on the 20th. Liberty Tree Tavern. Nine Dragons. And the usual stuff right after that.
Right.
Let's see. That's about it for... Oh, sorry. Brown Derby is available for dinner on the 29th. Let's talk about the 30th. This is your New Year's Eve, right?
Right. Well, and don't forget also that because New Year's Eve falls on a weekend this year, a lot of people, I know that I am.
Oh, it's going to be
crazy. We get the day. Work has to give you the day off regardless. And since on a weekend, they tack it onto the week before. So maybe like the 27th, which is a Monday, people are still working. But if you're making it a long weekend, if you're trying to come in on the 28th or 29th after you're done with your work for the week, so to speak,
right?
Perhaps that's the strategy, and that's why we're seeing, as you get closer to New Year's Eve, less and less availability.
Man, there's So the actually New Year's Eve is the least amount of availability for the entire week, as you would expect. People are out making dinner plans. But let's talk about the 30th. 30th, if you want lunch. 50s Primetime Cafe still open. Actually open for dinner as well. Beer Garden still open for lunch and dinner. Bistro Paris open for dinner. Let's see. Crystal Palace still open for lunch on the 30th. That's a little bit surprising. What else do we got? Again, Cinderella's Royal Table. They keep talking about that. Hollywood Brown Derby open for lunch. We've got Chefs de France open for lunch. Hollywood and Vine open for dinner. Liberty Tree Tavern available for lunch. What's up with Liberty Tree Tavern that it's not selling out?
Well, I wouldn't want to go there regardless of what time of the year it is, but
I'm thinking it's the surcharge.
It's the $4 surcharge. Yeah,
That doesn't help it.
Yeah, it's true. And next year, don't forget the surcharge is going up by $4.
is it really?
Yeah, it's going to
Wow.
go to. So the seasonal pricing now will be the standard pricing for the buffet next year, and then it's going to be $4 more for the seasonal pricing. So it'll be like $44 or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mama Melrose is available for on December 30th for lunch, and then the Brown Derby is available for dinner as well. I mean, again, you've still got Jico available. You've got Nine Dragons available inside the parks. Still got Cuisina available. Still got the Plaza Restaurant available for lunch almost every day. Got the Hacienda available for dinner on the 30th. Got Chefs de France available for dinner on the 30th. Nine Dragons, the usual stuff then. Still got Morocco. You can always get into Morocco. It seems like you can always get into Rose and Crown. You can always get into the San Angel Inn. Raglan Road, always available. Sci-Fi Dining, available for lunch. I know why. What else do you got here? Tutto Italia is still available for lunch. Via Napoli still available for lunch on the 30th. So again, that's actually mildly surprising too that the Italian places are still open for lunch. And you can always get into Victorian Albert's if you wanted to. Sorry. Over in the Animal Kingdom, Yak and Yeti is available for dinner.
All
All right, let's talk about New Year's Eve. You guys got hot dates for New Year's Eve?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, Hutchberg, you'll have a date with
Yeah.
two people on the 30th.
That's my
Exactly. That's your date on the 30th.
Do that again?
So let's, do it again? That'll actually be what Matt sounds like. Actually, the baby will be completely different. So on the 31st, if you've got lunch, 50s Primetime Cafe in the parks is good. Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, Beer Garden, still good for lunch. In the parks for dinner though, I don't think there's anything. Hollywood and Vine is available for dinner still on New Year's Eve, and I'm sure as soon as I say that, somebody's gonna take it. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else in the parks that's available for dinner. Oh, the Yak and Yeti, and then that's it. That's it for in the park available on New Year's Eve for dinner. Now for lunch, again, you got a ton of stuff outside the park. Let's say you wanted to be outside the park for dinner on New Year's Eve. Boatwright Dining Hall. Boatwright's is available. Boma still available at 5:20 and 8:30 p.m. California Grill still available. Got an 8 p.m. slot.
That's pretty interesting.
That is interesting. Il Molino, which is at the Swan and isn't worth your time, is at 8:30. Maya Grill over at Coronado Springs
Talk
at
about not worth your
6:45.
time.
Got at 9 o'clock. Yeah. Olivia's Cafe over at Old Key West has a 6:35, a 7, and a 7:15.
It's not surprising. That's on that's for restaurants on one of the list of restaurants that usually has lots of availability.
Paradiso 37, Street Foods of the Americas, available at 5:20. Raglan Road has a 5:15 still available. Rainforest Cafe Animal Kingdom has a 5 and an 8 p.m. Sanaa. Actually, that would not be a bad... You guys have been there, right? Sanaa?
I love Sanaa.
Yeah, it's got a 6:40 and it's got an 8:15 still available New Year's Eve.
Perfect.
That's not bad at all. Shutters at Old Port Royal, 6:50 and a 7:10 still available. Trails End has a 6:45, a 7, and a 7:15.
Love that
Matt,
place.
I know.
Matt, your favorite, the Turf Club Bar and Grill. So this might be somewhere where you take Marissa. Has a 5:05 and a 7:55 still available.
I like it. Book it down.
Tusker House. Actually, there's something in the parks besides Yak and Yeti. Animal Kingdom actually is the place to be New Year's Eve. It's got a 6:40, a 7, and a 7:15.
Yeah, because the park closes with no fireworks at 7 o'clock, so you're out of luck.
So they've got a Yak and Yeti also has a 5 and a 7:15. Those are your New Year's Eve options, kids. Let me know where you go. And I guess Matt, is it true that you're going to be with Snooki in the ball dropping on Times Square?
No, I think this year we're going to be firmly with said screaming baby this year.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying. My in-laws will be in. Actually, I think my parents will be in town. So I'm saying to Marissa, now I can go to let's go to Hollywood Studios. Now we can't go. I'm not leaving my baby.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
get used to
your
that.
parents, they've raised at least one of their child before.
Exactly, and the baby will probably be sleeping for that time. It'll be fine. Well, and thanks for the great research as always.
Thanks. Good luck getting those reservations, kids.
Yeah, and if you are going to be looking at this, you should make your reservation like now. Don't wait for like, there's plenty of even on a day like the 25th, which seemed like there was a lot of stuff. I would still make a reservation because a lot of times it's not even you'll run into a situation where you walk into the restaurant and the cast member's like, "Do you have a reservation?" And you'll say no, and then they will say, "Well, I'm sorry, we're only taking reservations." Yeah, they'll laugh at you also. So you want to make sure you have a reservation in hand, and do the best you can with it. I think we outlined some of our favorites out of those choices, and there's still some possibilities there. So, obviously, as you get closer to New Year's, it seems like more people eat in the parks, Len, for New Year's than Christmas, which is interesting. I mean, what do you do? What do people who are there on Christmas do? Are they just order Chinese food and call it even?
I mean, I guess they go counter service.
Well, that's going to do it for us today. Don't forget to visit our sponsor, which is touringplans.com. And if you're going to Walt Disney World during a busy time of the year, regardless if it's Christmas or Easter or President's Week, summertime, regardless of when it is, really, touringplans.com is going to be your best friend and help you plan that perfect trip to Walt Disney World because they're going to help you figure out how to tackle the parks with the least amount of time waiting in lines. Want to be able to enjoy your dinner a little bit more because you know that you've already tackled most of what's in the park. Try them out online right now at www.touringplans.com. Want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments? You can visit us online at wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Stupid Judy, stupid energy.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio.